What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and today we're going to be reacting to a video from Matt Walsh titled, Virginia Leftists Are Coming for Your Parental Rights. Does not sound good. Let's go ahead and get into it, see what he's talking about.
I also need to mention this as we continue along. I think I may have to return to my home state of Virginia, based on this report anyway, out of Virginia. Let's watch this.
Delegate is introducing a new bill centered around parents and how they handle their child's sexual orientation and gender identity.
7 News reporter Nick Minach explains why this is controversial.
Right now, parents' rights and LGBTQ protections are a big focus in Virginia. Thousands of students in Virginia have walked out of class protesting Governor Glenn Youngkin's newly proposed model policies on the treatment of transgender students at school.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. These kids, I promise you, do not care about whatever bill this governor is trying to pass. I promise you. If protesting meant you got a free day out of school, they took that. They took that. Something similar, they tried to do something similar when I was in school, but they ended up canceling it that day. Because when I don't even remember what they were supposed to be protesting, but they was like, oh, if you want to be part of this such and such protest and you go down to the flagpole outside, you're allowed to leave class. It got around school. Everybody was like, man, I'm going. I'm not staying in school. Once that got around, administration was like, okay, yeah, no, we're canceling that. You all are going to be staying in school. So there's no way they care about anything the governor just said. Just saying, just saying.
Parents' rights are human rights.
And Governor Youngkin argues schools shouldn't keep parents in the dark about their child's sexual orientation and gender identity.
These same progressives in Fairfax County actually believe that they should lock parents out of their children's lives. They think that parents have no right to know what your child is discussing with their teacher or their counselor.
Democratic Virginia delegate Elizabeth Guzman is a social worker, and she's planning on reintroducing a bill in Richmond that she says would help protect LGBTQ children from their parents and guardians who may not be affirming of their child's sexual orientation and gender identity.
This is how we're going to push back.
Her bill would expand the state's definition of child abuse and neglect to include parents who do not affirm their child's gender identity or sexual orientation.
There's an...
Hold on. Pause. Just 1 second. How does the parent not wanting to affirm calling their kid whatever pronoun the kid is trying to identify, how's that child abuse? How are the two even equal at that point? Oh, lady, you sound crazy. You sound completely crazy.
Investigation also in place that is not only, from a social worker, but there's also a police investigation before we make the decision that there's going to be a CPS charge.
What?
You gonna do all that because the kid comes home is like, I want you to respect my pronouns to call me a they, and the parent's like, no, what are you talking about? You're gonna do a whole police investigation and all this to get charged by CPS for child abuse? Lady, you're insane. You're completely insane.
What could the penalties be if, the investigation concludes and it's concluded that a parent is not affirming of their LGBTQ child? What could the consequences be?
Well, we first have to have an investigation. It could be a felony, it could be a misdemeanor, but we know that a CPS charge could harm, your employment, could harm your education.
And Alexandria, Nick Minach, 7 News.
And Delegate Guzman tells 7 News that she is hoping
Now, what you have
the bill
to realize, of course, is that this is in Virginia, where, as we heard at the beginning there, obviously, Glenn Youngkin is the governor, so that means that this bill is not going to be signed into law right now in Virginia. But this is what they want to do, and this is what they will do, especially in blue states where they can get away with it.
Which is stupid. Kids don't know what they want half the time. So you know how it is being a teenager. I want this, call me this. No. They're going to go on that little teenage rage, throw that temper tantrum. And mom and dad are going to suffer serious consequences for that. Oh, no. That's stupid. That's super stupid.
It is child abuse to not affirm so-called affirm your gender-confused child. In 2020, there were over 1,000
Matt, I love what you do, but we're skipping the ad, my man.
It's a couple of years ago. They declared that it's in their anti-conversion therapy bill. I think it was Bill C4 in Canada, which forbids conversion therapy. But what is conversion therapy, according to them? It is conversion therapy if you do not affirm your child's confusion. So if you have a son who is a boy and says he's a girl, and you do not immediately accept him as a girl, then you are committing conversion therapy.
Canada's also the place where that one dad, they put him in jail because he once signed off on his kid getting the surgery. His daughter wanted to become a boy, and he was like, no, I'm not signing off for her to do that, because she was underage. Mom was all for it. He wasn't for it. They were like divorced or something. Put the dad in jail. And I think they went through, because I think they also said, like, oh, we don't need your permission anyways. How crazy is that? It's like, yo, this is my kid. How are you going to tell me what I could do with my kid? Like, if I don't want them doing this as a minor, I have that right. Once you're an adult, like, do you, boo-boo. Do you, okay? It don't matter. I think the same way, let me get into this real quick. The same way when older women tell younger women that want to get like plastic surgery and stuff, the same way they tell them, hey, wait till you're 25. And they be like, well, I gotta wait till I'm 25. Just please try to wait till you're 25. Because that's when the brain is fully developed. A lot of women that said they took that advice and actually listened, by the time they got to 25, they was like, you know what, I actually didn't want that surgery. I'm glad I didn't go through and get bigger breast or bigger butt or change my nose or whatever it was going to be, right? It's the same thing for this. Once the kid, first of all, you don't want them to do it when they're a minor. But once they're 18, if you could be like, hey, I know you're an adult now, but just wait till you're 25. If you still feel however you feel, do you. It's your money, your life. Do you, right? Just wait till you're 25. When everything is fully developed and you have a better way of thinking about stuff. Like, all of this, and then now, because you're supposed to, the way it used to be, you had to actually go through therapy for years before they can actually be like, okay, I'll approve you for this surgery and stuff. They're doing away with a lot of that now. They just going straight to the chopping block because they making money off of it. It's a lot of money to be made off of doing these surgeries.
By trying to convince him that he is what he in fact is, which is a boy. So in other words, if you do not facilitate his attempted conversion into another sex, which is impossible, then you are guilty of a conversion therapy.
That's wild.
And that's child abuse. You could lose your kid.
That's wild.
And parents in Canada have lost their kids because of that.
Yeah.
Now the left wants to do the same thing here in the United States. I saw someone on Twitter, I don't remember who, but they referred to this as kind of, we know on the left they had their no-fault divorce policies and for married couples. And so now what they're working on basically is a no-fault divorce of children from parents. Huh? They're looking for every way that they can to sever that relationship, sever that bond. And in the schools, they do it, they sever the bond psychologically, they sever it emotionally. They turn the child against the parent.
They are starting to
But now they're looking for ways to do it legally. Just tear the kids away from the parents and into the arms of the state.
It's messed up.
Where the state can make of them whatever they want. That's what they're looking into. And that'll do it for us today.
That's messed up. Matt, you need to go back to your home state and fix this and get it together. What you ended up doing with Vanderbilt, do this with Virginia. Like, this is wild. This is insane. Look, y'all got kids out there, homeschool your kids. I urge you. I'm dead serious right now. Homeschool your kids. It's the best way to go about everything. I know a lot of people, it's like, that's hard because even though it's a two-parent household, still gotta, like, we both gotta work. Or if you're a one-parent household, nobody's gonna be... It's something where, like, you and your community might have to come together. And whoever that stay-at-home mom is, maybe just make her the facilitator of, like, all the kids. And y'all just go in and be like, all right, well, we'll pack lunches and we'll help pay. I said this in another video, help pay the electric bill and the water. Like, if you all went in on that for that one parent, so they can just be the homeschool person. Like, if y'all just figured it out as a community, it could work. It could work. If you have a close-knit group of friends, say it's 4 couples and all your kids are like somewhere around the same age bracket, right? And out of them 4 couples, somebody is the stay-at-home mom. Maybe all sit down together and work out a plan or something, so your kids could be homeschooled. If y'all really trust that person, I'm not talking about have a stranger, because there's issues with that too. There's issues with strangers too, because you don't know them just like you don't know these school teachers. But like, y'all just gotta figure it out, man. The school and the government, they want to destroy the family unit. They want to fully destroy it. Because they know if they can destroy the family unit, especially first off, like they did in the black community, if they can get the man out the household, you already weak, right? Because if you don't have a strong one-parent household, if you don't have like that one person with a super strong foundation that can at least try, bro, it's a wrap. And then if they can rip the kids away from the parents on top of that, it's over. It's over. We gotta figure it out. Because once this starts passing in America, it's over. It's a wrap. It's gonna start hitting all the blue states, and then it's gonna try to trickle its way into the red ones. I'm telling you. But if you guys want to see me react to more content just like this, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss when I drop a video. If I have to miss a day, the only way I can update you at this moment is through my social media. So if you're not following me over there, I don't know what you're doing. The links is in the description box below. Go ahead and give me a follow. And with that said, you already know who it is. It's Sang.